Hello, and welcome back to my Let's Play of Final Fantasy XIV. We last left off here at the E03 Crystal, and we are going to be continuing our journey throughout the town today, and completing a few more introductory quests. Now, what did we have to do from the last time? Visit the Conjurer's Guild, we'll be leaving that till later. Listen to Parsemontrenomics' explanation of Margaret's. We'll be doing that soon, but first I'm kind of curious what Bernadette has to say for us. Bernadette is searching for adventurers eager to prove their mettle. Nearly come to Gridania, are you? In search of fame and fortune, perhaps? If you have confidence in your abilities, I urge you speak with Chancellor of the God's Quiver. You can find him stand vigil before the Archers Guild. The creatures of the Twelveswood have been behaving most unnaturally of late, and it has fallen to the God's Quiver to pacify them. Alas, they are sorely undermanned. For this reason, they seek able adventurers to supplement their ranks. I am certain that your offer of aid would be well received. Okay. Let me see now. Before we do anything, see all these names up here? Very messy as far as I'm concerned, and I'm sure you guys will probably agree. So I'll quickly show you a trick to tidy up the interface a little bit. Just go to Escape. I believe it's under System Configuration, Display Settings, Character Configuration, Display Name Settings, that's this one here, third one from the bottom. You want other people's names, other PCs, that's other playable characters. And we want to go and change that to during a battle. That way we'll still be able to see the names when we're in parties with them in dungeons and when they're out in the wild and they've got health damage to themselves. Now before we click apply, we also want to get rid of pet names, as they can also be a bit distractions while you see this guy over here. It's not so obvious with me having this menu in the way, but you'll have to take my word for that one. So we go to NPCs, scroll down to Minions, and we want to change that from Always to When Targeted, and that way when we click on them we can still see what they're called in case we're curious about trying to hunt down that particular pet for to have as our own. And there we go. See how much tidier the interface is now? Much better. Right. Back to our job at hand, and as I said, you can still see people when they've got less health than maximum, so if you feel the need to heal somebody out in the wild to save their butts, that's how you can see. So, we need to go speak with Chancellor. Let's see, speak with Chancellor at the Archers Guild. Now I believe the Archers Guild is just down here on the right. I've got a little bit of experience playing from a few years ago, as I mentioned somewhere before, so I know my way around the town a little bit, although there's probably a few bits and pieces I've forgotten. So we just come down here, and this Ethernet shard, small version of the main one in the city centre, just right click it, do a tune to it, and that becomes another transportation node for us to use. Now I've Ethernet access to the Archers Guild. You now have access to the Ethernet. Quick travel throughout the city can be achieved by simply placing your hand upon the Ethernet shards. Attuning with this shard has granted you access to this city's state's Ethernet. The Ethernet can be used for quick intra-city travel. So what you would do is you just simply click on there, and then you select your location. This will have a lot more locations going on once we find them all. So for now we're just going to ignore that and head on to see Chancellor. Bernadette sent you to me? Well, inexperienced or not, if you wish to prove your worth to the people of Gridania, you are right to come. You do wish to prove yourself, do you not? So we've got wind shards. I believe those are used in crafting later on. And potions. Restores up 32% of health, up to 106 points maximum, so speaks for itself, just a health restoring potion. Using items. Some items can be used, granting various effects such as instant HP restoration, attribute boosts, and more. Using an item is as simple as selecting use from the item's subcommands. All items with recast timers cannot be used again until the timer is expired. Basically just talking about the cooldown there. Items you use often can be set to your hotbar for easy access. So we would just bring our inventory like that, drag it onto our bar, and then if we want to use it, we just press Control and 6 in this case. Although of course if you've got space on the bottom bar, you could just put it down there, and then you would just press the relevant number, in this case 5, to use it. But the second bar is Control plus the number of the button that you've assigned it to. Right, so what else do you have for me? Chance Loop. Chance Loop of the God's Quiver is testing adventurers by sending them to slay forest funguars. Ordinarily, the forest funguars that inhabit the Central Shroud are naught more than a nuisance. However, we have received reports that vast clouds of the creature's spores have rendered parts of the Twelves Wood impassable and ruined crops besides. We periodically cull the funguar population in order to prevent such occurrences, but the creatures have taken to spawning out of season, making it ever more difficult to keep their numbers in check. Though this is indeed a troubling development, the God's Quiver has more pressing concerns and can ill afford to waste time fighting funguars. If you wish to prove yourself, go to the Central Shroud and exterminate 6 of the pests. Use caution and approach them one at a time, lest your adventuring career be cut disappointingly short. Okay. So, Famibas, you seem to have something for us as well. Famibas of the Archers Guild wishes you to deliver a sealed message to the markets. Hail adventurer, might you have a moment? I am in need of a trustworthy soul to deliver a missive to Parnell. You can find her in the shaded bower, in the midst of the markets. Why would I not simply go and speak with her myself? Well, as I am sure you have observed, Gridanians have a tendency to be rather... I mean, in person they can be, well, a little on the prickly side. The matter is not urgent. Simply hand over the missive the next time you find yourself in the markets. Please, as a favour from one adventurer to another. Okay. So we'll just nip out here. And straight along here, and to the right is where the markets area is. That contains a lot of vendors. The market boards, which if you've played World of Warcraft in the past, is basically the equivalent of the auction house. Up in this area you can also find your retainers. Retainers will actually do the selling of items to the market board, and they also act as bank space for your character. Although retainers aren't unlocked until approximately level 18, I believe it is. So we'll talk about those in a later episode. So just in here, that is your market board, as I was saying, just like the auction house. Summoning bell, that brings out your retainer once you have access to one, so that's where they would come from. So we just keep on heading along here. And there's Parsemontrenomics. By what right does a fledgling adventurer presume to address Parsemontrenomics, master of the markets? You think you can stroll in here, bold as you please, and demand my hard-earned knowledge? Ha! A merchant does naught for naught, especially when dealing with would-be heroes. If on the other hand you had some tasty morsel to curry my favour, then I might reconsider your request. Come now, this whole encounter reeks of Mewin's handiwork, and more specifically her baking. Don't look so surprised, son. I smell that eel pie of yours a mile away. Hand it over. Handing over items. Will require you to deliver items. If an NPC requires an item request window will appear. Drag the items from your inventory or armory chest into the item request window and click hand over to complete the transaction. Items can also be added to the item request window by right clicking them. So you can right click up here where it's got item request and do it that way. You can also drag them straight from your inventory over to that location, and that'll do the same thing. That flaky crust. Just divine. Very well. I am a man of my word. Pay close attention, for I shall only explain this once. The aspiring adventurer need look no further than the rosewood and ebony stalls. Both are but a short stroll from where we stand. If you mean to do battle, you'd best be prepared with a quality set of weapons and armour. Such goods are the province of the Rosewood stalls directly south of here. You will be pleased to learn that the merchants of Gridania are exceedingly particular when it comes to craftsmanship, so you needn't fear defective straps and the like. If it is potions and paraphernalia that you seek, head north to the Ebony Stalls. The shelves there are lavishly stocked by widely travelled Ul'dan merchants, and I may truly say that I have seen things amongst their myriad wares that I scarce knew existed. Do you follow me thus far? The first step in any purchase is to select the stalls that meet your needs, then you may concern yourself with price and profit. There's little more I can teach you with mere words. Go, peruse the stalls and see for yourself what wares they offer. There's no substitute for first-hand experience after all, and I am weary of talking. Unless you have a real pie. That guy is obsessed with eel pies, but never mind, he's gonna have a job for us. The Master of the Markets, Parsemontrenomics, is willing to permit an adventurer to assist him in fulfilling an order from the Lancers Guild. Humph, I take my previous explanation did not suffice to sate your curiosity. Very well, if you wish to know more of the markets, I shall give you a practical education free of charge. As Master of the Markets, I entertain many requests, this order from the whalers for example, but I delegate their fulfillment to my hirelings so that I might tend to such tasks as I alone am capable of performing. For your personal betterment, I shall delegate the fulfillment of this particular request to you. I bid you search the stalls for a bone spearhead, a pot of beeswax oil, and a length of brambleweed rope, and deliver them to Singuled of the Lancers Guild. There is much and more to be found in these stalls, if you have the dedication to seek it and the coin to procure it. However, as my representative, you need only offer my name as payment. None will deny me. In fact, many will be all too eager to part with their wares, so numerous are the debts I am owed. A fine proposition, is it not? I am spared a simple task, and you gain priceless mercantile experience. Why I should rightly charge you for such an opportunity? But worry not, I am a man of my word, and the terms will stand. Deliver the goods to Singuled, and she may even see fit to reward you. Okay, so we need to go and get these items for the Whalers Guild. I just need to speak with Elric here. You got discerned nice, sir. The craftsmanship's truly something, ain't it? Perfect for securing any manner of Parsemontrenomics. Gods, if I never hear that bloody name again, it'll be too soon. And there I was thinking I might make a guild today. Yeah, take the damn brambleweed rope and bugger off. And now I think the other stuff was just down here. As I was saying in a previous episode, there's different icons on your map for quest progress. These are sort of midway points in the quest, as opposed to the green tick mark, which indicates when you hand it in for completion. Welcome, welcome. At the behest of good Master Parsemontrenomics, you say? To what do we owe the pleasure of your company today, my lord? May I take this opportunity to say that it is an honour and a privilege to serve you. Ah, but you must have your beeswax oil without delay. Yes, yes. Feel free to take as much as you require. And you will of course inform Master Parsemontrenomics that I was only too happy to accommodate his needs, yes? This person here. Sorry mate, we ain't open yet. Oh, one of Parsemontrenomics? Well then, what was it you said you wanted? A bone spearhead? And here she is. Take it and tell that bastard we're square. Doesn't seem to be a very popular guy, this Parsemontrenomics. Right, now before we go anywhere, we have to deliver this message to Parnell. Greetings, sir. Might you be looking to secure the services of a retainer? Just hand that over. What's this? A missive from Phoebus, you say? Whatever could it be about? Let me see now. She wants to know about the available stock of potions at the markets. Hardly a matter that warrants a letter, much less the hiring of a courier. Why could she not ask the question in person? I sense that adventurers from beyond our borders find Gridanians somewhat difficult to deal with. Are we truly so devoid of warmth? If we mistrust outsiders, it is only because so many of them have brought chaos to the Twelveswood, and such sins as theirs are not soon forgotten. Yet, I suppose we might endeavour to be a little less cold. Right, so that's that handed in. So we just need to check our list. What is next? Slay Forest Funguas, that is outside the city. Deliver the request items to Singlade. That would be at the Lancers Guild, but we're going to nip out here very quickly and grab this Ethernet shard, as it'll make things a little bit quicker going forwards. You want to always be grabbing these anytime you see them, as once you've got them, you always have them, and it just makes travelling around the city a lot faster. So now we start heading back towards Singlade at the Lancers Guild, which I know from experience is just up here. To give you guys a better idea, this is it just here. Lancers Guild, as you can see, with the little lance icon, and there's the markets at the bottom there. You'll get used to the map in time. I'm somewhat familiar with it, so I can more or less run around without it open. And if you look to the minimap there, you'll see there's another E03 crystal coming up, so we're just going to quickly stop by here and grab that before we go to the Lancers Guild. And there he is, Singlade. What business have you with me, adventurer? You come upon the bidding of Master Parsemontrenomics? I do indeed. Here's your stuff, and brambleweed rope. So soon? I am impressed. I placed my order only a short time ago, yet here are all the items I requested. Truly Master Parsemontrenomics is every bit as resourceful as they say. You are fortunate to work under such a man. You will do well to mould yourself in his image, if you have any aspirations as a merchant. Got some earth shards again. I believe those are for crafting. Any elemental shards, I'm pretty sure, are for crafting. Right, so that's that complete, but we're going to nip in here as we can see this little quest. Quarrels with Squirrels. Ah, a fresh-faced adventurer, the very manner of person I had wished to meet. The Lancers Guild is looking for someone to track down and exterminate half a dozen squirrels. The infernal pests have been squeezing in under our floorboards every eve for the past several moons, and gnawing away at the support pillars. They have yet to inflict any serious structural damage, thank the builder, but I hesitate to bring such a trifling matter before the wood whalers or the gods quiver. Hence my delight at your timely arrival. Why, an adventurer who could not dispatch such woodland nuisances is not worthy of the name. Not young Gridania at any rate. And you know what becomes of incapable adventurers. Ah, but perhaps it is best you do not. The squirrels of which I spoke can be found in the central shroud. Return to me once you have disposed of them, assuming the task is not beyond you. For your sake, I sincerely hope it is not. Okay, so squirrels chewing away at the foundations and just generally being a bit of a nuisance. Now, as I was saying, the Ethernet crystal that we have just over here, we're going to use it to come over here to the Leather Workers Guild. We unlocked that one just before, so it gets us to these two quests a little bit quicker. So just go down here, select the destination, and it teleports us. But for now, we'll continue this in the next episode. See you guys then!